So the big project now is putting in a driveway across that field and up the hill. It's going to be a huge project. I was going to rent an excavator on Friday, so that would be the day after tomorrow, but I think I'm going to wait a week because it's been so wet. You can see the field there. And I've been taking down some trees. You can see these stumps because here we're going to curve the driveway and cross right there, and then follow that swale up and then go up the hill at a diagonal because the hill's so steep. What else? Oh, for the first time, I used the chainsaw to cut a board lengthways. You can see right there, I just made a simple footbridge and lots of sawdust. And I've been cutting up some limbs. Today I planted lots of Jerusalem artichoke out in the field and clover. I've been cutting down some trees. But basically thinking about this driveway, and you can see all the water that we still have here. It's been really wet. The swales are holding lots of water. And the field is soggy. Let's see if we can get down. Anyway, you can see the snow as well. It's cold, but it's not too bad. One thing I've been doing with some of this wood is stacking it up around the trees, and that's going to feed the soil for years as the wood breaks down. Now, one thing I'd like to do is to cover these ends with mulch when I get more mulch to really bury these, because if these are open to the air, they'll dry out faster, and I want it to stay moist, and that way it decomposes and holds water. I've even just thrown some logs down in the water there. I just want to get a lot of fertility here. Anyway, so when I got back, there were about 20 or 30 tubes that were on the ground, and mostly because I used stakes that I shouldn't have. I tried to cut corners and use real skinny stakes, and you can see what happens is they rot and then they snap off at the base and the tube falls over. So I've been replacing some of those. I'm doing some thinning out in the forest, out in the woods. And this is hickory. This will last a while. And what I do is I just cut it to length and then put a point on it. And hammer that in. Another thing you can do is to cut the corners off around the edge here. That way when you pound on it, it doesn't split. But this is such hard wood that it doesn't. If you use different wood, it might help to round that edge. Yep. So I've been noticing some problems with the swales here, and here's just one example. You can see where all this grass is folded over because the water, when it rained 2 days ago, was rushing down here. And you can see all that silt and mud. And everything here was just gushing. So that's not good. We would like to direct that water a little better and not just have it spilling out the ends and running down here. It also makes everything really, really soggy. And then you can hear water on this side running out here. And we've still got this. 2 days later, it's running down. And look at this. It's just gotten so soggy and eroded the backside of this swale. This swale wasn't much to begin with. It was probably the smallest one. You can see there's hardly any difference, hardly any mound. So we're gonna have to do something here. Either reshape it and probably transplant the trees, or cut a spillway so that it doesn't even reach that high. But to be honest, it's not high to begin with. So we'll probably reshape this and make it even larger. Over here we haven't had a problem. You can see there's grass here on the back side still, and that's holding. But then over here, it's not. It's eroding. So something will have to be done, and there's a couple spots like this. Let's see if I can find another one. Here's another spot. This is the next swale down that catches all the water. And look at how that's just cut this channel here. And you can see where the water was running. This was all underwater 2 days ago. And lots of water comes down here. It's running gently now, and it hasn't rained in 2 days. So we're gonna have to do something. I think we want to build this end back up and have a spillway somewhere where the water won't take dirt with it. Either line it with rock or use drain pipe. I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but we've got a week or so to think about it. Anyway, it's really, really soggy here. And there's spots like this as well, where it's not running over, but it's coming through. And you can see how it's eroding the backside of this swale. And eventually that won't be good. So we'll have to do something here too. Anyway, lots of problems and not too many answers yet. Hopefully we have some answers eventually. But there's a number of spots like this where it's just leaking through the swale. It's soaking through and running out the back. You can see where the water is running right here. There's actually some movement. Anyway, we'll keep you all posted.